Right now, somewhere in your city, millions of people are sitting completely alone. They have phones in their hands, they have Wi-Fi, they have more ways to connect with other human beings than any generation in history. And they are lonelier than ever. That sentence should not make sense, but it does. And the reason why reaches back further than you think. In 1950, a researcher named John Bowlby was studying something that disturbed him. Orphaned children who were fed, clothed, and kept physically safe were still failing to thrive. They were getting sick. Some were dying. Not from disease, not from hunger, from something else entirely. Bowlby called it attachment deprivation. What he was really describing was loneliness. And his discovery would eventually reshape how psychology understood the human animal. Because here is the thing. Your brain does not experience loneliness the way it experiences sadness. Sadness is a mood. Loneliness is an alarm. Think about that for a moment. Your body runs a continuous background scan. It checks temperature. It checks hunger. It checks pain. And it checks something else. Something that most people never think about as a biological signal. It checks your social position. It asks, in a way you never consciously hear, are you part of the group? Are you connected? Are you safe? When the answer comes back no, it does not send you a gentle nudge. It fires a threat response. The same system that activates when you see a predator. The same cascade of stress hormones. The same spike in cortisol. The same narrowing of attention toward danger. Your ancestors lived in groups of roughly 20 to 50 people. That number was not random. It was a survival unit. Outside the group, the savannah killed you. Exposure. Predators. Rival bands. Your body learned over millions of years that social disconnection was not just unpleasant. It was a death sentence. So it evolved to hurt. Loneliness was never meant to be a permanent state. It was a warning system, a biological smoke alarm telling you to get back to the fire. Now consider what researcher John Cacioppo spent over 30 years documenting at the University of Chicago. His work and the data he assembled revealed something that should have made every headline in every newspaper. Chronic loneliness raises your risk of early death by 26%. It impairs immune function. It alters gene expression. It accelerates cognitive decline. Lonely people, Cacioppo found, have measurably different brain activity. Their nervous systems run hotter. Their threat detection systems are permanently sensitized. They literally perceive the world as more dangerous. And here is the crux of it. They are not wrong too, because the ancient circuit does not know you are sitting alone in a well-lit apartment in 2024. It does not know you have 847 followers on Instagram. It only knows one thing. No one is physically close. No one is watching your back. The group is gone. Fire the alarm. This is where the modern story gets strange, because the last 50 years have done something unprecedented in the history of the species. They have decoupled the ancient signals from the modern reality. You can spend an entire day communicating. You can send 40 messages, post 3 times, video call someone across the world, and still go to sleep with your loneliness alarm screaming, because the brain is not checking your notification count. It is not impressed by your follower numbers. It is looking for something much older and much more specific. Proximity, eye contact, touch. The subtle physiological synchrony that happens when two bodies share the same physical space. A 2017 study by Julianne Holt-Lunstad, a psychologist at Brigham Young University, analyzed data from 3.4 million people across multiple countries. Her conclusion was stark. The health impact of social isolation was equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Greater than obesity. Greater than physical inactivity. She was not measuring emotional distress. She was measuring mortality. Your loneliness is not a personality flaw. It is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a physiological system doing exactly what evolution designed it to do in a world that was not designed for that system. And it is getting worse. Robert Putnam, a political scientist at Harvard, tracked something he called social capital across decades of American life. His landmark work showed that between 1950 and 2000, participation in social groups collapsed. People stopped joining clubs. They stopped knowing their neighbors. They stopped sitting on front porches. They retreated behind screens, behind cars, behind the walls of their own houses. Putnam described a society slowly dissolving its connective tissue, and that was before smartphones. Here is what happens inside you when the alarm runs too long without relief. Cacioppo documented it precisely. The lonely brain begins to change its interpretation of other people. The alarm, meant to push you back toward the group, starts to make the group feel dangerous. But the fix is not more messages or more followers. It is proximity, presence, the ancient signal that tells your body the group is still here. You were not built for this kind of aloneness, and the fire your ancestors gathered around is still there. It just takes a different kind of courage to walk toward it now.